Hi everyone, welcome to our fourth episode on our series that we have been running over the last couple of days called How Do You Create Financially Fit Brands Post-COVID-19? And today, it's all about websites. I love this because websites give you an opportunity for you to actually connect with the consumers in a unique way. If you look at a lot of optometric practices in the current moment, a lot of their websites looks the same. And there isn't that clear, distinctive value proposition from a website that an optometric practice needs to have. And so they don't get to connect with the targeted audiences in the manner that they should. And so in this video training, that we're just going to focus on clear, basic strategies that your website needs to be able to employ in order for you to see the results and the impact in your targeted audiences, in your sales, in your revenue that your website can actually give you in terms of how you can create financially fit brands. And so let's get right into it. A great digital presence starts with a clear and effective website. People may hear about you through word of mouth and social media, but one thing that they certainly do is go to your website for more information, especially right now. When they get to their website, do they get the impression that you have the solution to the problem that they're having? And so your website needs to pass the grunt test that converts browsers into buyers. Your website, if you think about it, is the equivalent of an elevator pitch. Your website is like, on first impression, is the first impression actually that a consumer gets to receive about your company. And on first impression, are they convinced that you have that which they are looking for? And most importantly, you are able to deliver on it. And so some tips in terms of how you can create a buyer-centric website starts with the first tip, which is you need to make sure that you develop a site personality. What do you mean, Obi, you may ask? Well, your website needs to be memorable, consistent, and of course distinctive in its tone of voice that it has. There must be clear synergy between your website personality and your company personality. Your site should evoke certain emotions within consumers about your company. That's very, very important. Well, tip number 2, tell your story through photos and videos. Avoid using generic images only throughout your website, as audiences may not necessarily connect with that. And so you have to have like a visual representation of your brand, of your company offering, of your vision that consumers are able to connect with. Because you are in the eye care industry. And so a lot of the times, if you go to optometric practice websites, you see that which they want the consumer to know about being written. And the images that they've got on the website don't reflect that which the practice specializes on. That what value that which they're doing, can you actually get that value from just looking at the website? So there's a disconnection between that which the practice thinks it's doing versus that which the business is actually doing, and how consumers are receiving that information off your website. And so a visual representation of your brand is more powerful than the written communication on your website. A practical example: if I go to your website right now and you are a practice that specializes in visual therapy, or you are a practice that specializes in pediatric optometry, contact lenses, you've got the latest technological advancements that you're employing in your business, you've got amazing equipment or state-of-the-art equipment that your practice utilizes for diagnostic procedures and in order for you to effectively manage the patient. If you've got all those different components, yet when I go to your website and I'm looking at services and products, I'm just going to see an image of OCT machine or an image of a slit lamp. It makes absolutely no sense. How will that distinguish your practice or your brand from the practice that doesn't have those fancy equipment or provide those specialized services? So what you should be having when a consumer goes to your website, if you are specializing in any of those topics that I just mentioned right now, is on your homepage, for example. When a person lands on your homepage and you do visual therapy, one of the first things that should actually be visible immediately is the journey of a patient when they need visual therapy. So a 2-minute video clip of something related to what you are specializing in. A 2-minute video clip of a testimony pertaining to a service or a product or a solution offering that a consumer received from your practice, and it becomes that which they connect with. A video clip about the story behind your practice, the journey about how did your practice get to be what it is, the story behind your team. As a consumer, I don't want to read up about Tando, who has been with your practice for the last 5 years, and this is what she does. I want to see Tando in action. I want to see Lizelle in action on a video clip. So there has to be a visual representation of your brand, especially now in 2020, when we look at innovative ways in which we can constantly add value to our patients. So your website is a communication tool. And so you need to ensure that there's a story that a consumer can connect with. What is the story of the presbyopic patient? What is the story of the 10-year-old little boy? What is the story of that high-income earning individual who is a millennial? What is the story that is represented on your website that they can connect with? And so whatever it is that you are trying to relay as your message, or what you want the consumer to know about your brand, make sure that it's in the form of a story, and that the images and the videos that are on display on your website give that representation of what the story is. Because consumers connect with a story. They don't just connect with static images that do nothing in terms of how they relate with it. Next, include interactive tools. These are things that get the audience engaged, build interest, and of course, move them through the sales cycle. Very, very important. Tip number 4, ensure feedback loops are available. Links such as contact us, feedback mechanisms like rate us, as well as online forms, viewer reviews, and opportunities to post comments provide valuable information to your practice. I get shocked that even if we move away from websites, just in terms of when a consumer comes to the practice for the very first time, a lot of practices would have this thing on the patient information form that says, how did you hear about us, right? And then a patient will say social media. The next patient will say referral. The next patient will say, I was walking by, I Googled you. Yet, shockingly, practices don't keep track or record of exactly those different responses pertaining to how did you hear about us. There's no one in the practice that is keeping track or record of exactly those responses. And so what does that mean? It simply means that the practice is just asking those questions but not doing anything about it. And those answers are providing valuable content, valuable information that the practice is able to utilize effectively. For example, if you are keeping track of that, and then you get to realize that, wait a minute, a lot of people actually are Googling us. That means if we invest more on paid advertising, online advertising, there's a high probability that we will increase our reach or our consumer reach more effectively. If word of mouth is what people are coming as a result of, we need to be following up with those people that are doing the referrals and say, thank you very much for the referral. I kindly ask you, why did you refer this patient? No, I loved the team. I loved the service delivery. I loved how you guys explaining things. I like just the overall excellence in the practice. You get to have information about that which you are doing in relation to your consumers. And so with your website, you have to have those rate us, review us, contact us. Clear call to actions. It's very, very important. It needs to be on your website, because that's going to help you determine whether the activities that you are busy doing, are they effective enough or not. Next, very important that your website is current. Update changes within the company website on a regular basis. I'm not just talking about the copyright information at the bottom of the website. I get very surprised how certain optometric practices, the last time they updated the content on their website was 3 or 4 years ago, as opposed to 6 months ago. With our own website, we rotate the images, for example, every quarter. We change the images on our website, the videos every quarter. We change the look and feel of our website once in a while. In a year, we actually update the website twice with content that is specific to our target audience. For example, if we're promoting the CPD platform, That then becomes the main focus that we would put on our homepage as that which we want people to connect with. That's what we will be promoting across our social media pages. That's what we will be promoting across different digital platforms that we are on, because that is the focus area in that particular instance. If we're now focusing on our Vision Straight Academy, the focus then on our social media, on our different digital platforms becomes the Vision Straight Academy, and so forth. If it's training and workshops, all the images that you will find a lot of on our website is the training workshops that we are doing, and the videos will be linked to that. So we're constantly making sure that we include social media links that are tied into the activity of our website, so that whether someone connects with us on our website or connects with us via social media, the two are speaking one voice. Because when they're speaking one voice, you're increasing your chances of connecting with the customer. Very, very important. And so this thing of the last time you updated the services and products that you are doing was 3 years ago when you established your website, there's something wrong with that. Very, very wrong. You need to make sure that you are constantly not just updating the promotions or special deals that you are running at that particular point in time on your homepage, but update testimonies. Sometimes you've had the same testimony on your website for the last 10 months and you have not had any new testimony. You have been having those same static services that you have been providing, which is what you're providing, but how you position them and structure them and display them on the website can change. Don't just have the same website, boring website that has been there for the last 3 or 4 years, if not even longer. So constantly make sure that your website is currently up to date with the latest information, the latest activities that you are doing as a practice. Next, very, very important component here. Think about your consumers' preferred media or learning style. What do I mean? Have appropriate content designed for audiences that prefer written, audio, and video content. Very important. And you need to to accomplish that, you need to augment the relationship that exists between the three. And so make sure that those individuals who prefer visual content have enough of that. Those individuals that prefer written content are also in a position to connect with your brand, with your practice or your business offering in that regard. And those who prefer audio also have enough content that speaks directly from them. So if all that is existing on your website is written content, what about those people that majority of people would be more visual than they are written? They want to see what you are talking about or what you want them to know, as opposed to you writing all these long stories. A lot of websites are clustered with a lot of written content, and it just causes the brain to do too much work for our consumer. And when a brain has to overthink too many things or try and figure out what is it that you are trying to say, what is it that you are doing, it just complicates how they connect with your brand. So simplify your brand message, simplify your website. But as you simplify in your website, make sure that you've got your own distinct value proposition that enables you to connect effectively with the consumers. And so make sure, like with our website, we have that thing of images tell a story. So all our services that we are rendering, there's an image for it. That is a real image, not a photoshopped image or an image that we purchased off the internet. There's actually multiple images that reflect the service that we are offering. We sell books. There are images with industry people or industry leaders that are across different racial or ethnic backgrounds or cultural backgrounds, different age groups, different expertise, different demographics. So different people get to see, wait a minute, if that doctor has that book, clearly there's something in that book that will also work for me if I'm nowhere at the level at which that individual is at. So that's what our thinking behind our images. But then we also have videos on our website. And how did we put the videos? We've linked it back to our YouTube channel. So there are lots of people that they first contact with us will be through our YouTube channel. And so they get through our YouTube channel, which then takes them back to the website. There are other people that prefer a lot of written content. So we also have made sure that we've got the written content adequately displayed that speaks of our different services. And so that's basically what you need to be doing. A lot of people right now are into e-commerce. Why is it that you don't have an e-commerce website? People just want to buy things online. People are wanting to connect online. So make sure that it's easier for them to do so when they get to your website. And so that's just it for today. We just wanted you to have an understanding of the type of website that you need to be having as an optometry practice. And so if you want to get in touch with us, we are available on different social media websites. Please check out our company websites. We've got 3 websites. We've got a Vision Straight main website. Then we've got the Vision Straight Academy website, which is www.visionstraightacademy.co.za. It's a distance learning platform that we developed specifically for the eye care industry. And in actual fact, for the healthcare industry, we're offering various courses on it that are specifically designed to elevate how practices and individuals operate within the healthcare industry. Then we've got our e-commerce platform, which is the Vision Straight CPD platform. 80% of the content is in the form of videos, and it's very, very important that we can provide that specialized, top-class online CPD platform, which a lot of people are appreciating. When we started that, we had a few people who could understand what we're doing, but right now we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that have subscribed onto our CPD platform. So check it out, www.visionstraightcpd.co.za. We've got over 80 CPD points available, and 80% of the content is in the form of videos, as I mentioned earlier on. And then we would love to hear from you. My email address is ob@visionstraight.co.za, or connect with us through our website. Our website, actually, what we've done with our website is that when you go onto our website, you are able to subscribe to our website, not subscribing to our newsletters, actually subscribing to our website. And it unlocks more content for you as a subscriber to the website that you wouldn't be able to have access to if you are not subscribed. And that gives us back-end information in terms of who is logging on into our website, who are the people, and which area, what are they looking at on our website. The back end of our website helps us determine the activity that is taking place on our website so that it can generate leads for us, and we are effectively able to follow up on the respective clients that are viewing our website, and we are then in a position to convert them from browsers into buyers. And so if you would like for us to develop a website for you, certainly get in touch. We have worked with multiple optometric practices in establishing not only their websites, but the entire marketing communication strategies. And so far, the feedback that we have gotten has been how their revenue has increased. And so we would love to add value into your business in that regard as well. Thanks for watching.